Hello, hello, hey, hello, 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 hey, hello, hello. It's story time with Uncle Scotty. I am your host for story time with Uncle Scotty. Uncle Scotty. That's me. We have our mugs. Don't forget to join us on Patreon if you would like, in case you're in the need of a bookmark or a mug. As you can recall, possibly, we have been reading Sideways Stories from Wayside School by Lou Cigar. Hey, what was the most popular book read by pirates in the year 1214? Who was it written by? Louis Cigar. Still working on that one. We're going to try it one more time later. It's a work in progress. That's what we call it, a rough draft. Maybe you're familiar with that term. It exists in life no matter where you're at. Hello. Speaking of time, thank you to our sponsor, Time, for giving us a little bit of extra time when we need it. Now, we've been reading about the people at Wayside School on the 30th story of the school that was built straight up instead of straight across, as most schools are constructed normally. And this has been a fun time. And we're up to chapter 24. We are in the home stretch of this story. We only have 6 more, I think. We'll see if I do that math. I think so. All right. 7 more. Right, we didn't include this one we're going to read, which is 24. 7 more stories. Let's get into it. Chapter 24, Damien. Damien had hazel eyes. Shout out Kelly Clarkson. Damien had hazel eyes with a little black dot in the middle of each of them. The dots were called pupils. Pupils. So was Damien. He was a pupil in Mrs. Jewell's class. Mrs. Jewell's was about to show the class a movie. She turned out the lights. When it was dark, Damien's pupils got bigger. "Damien," said Mrs. Jewell's, "run downstairs and ask Louis if he'd like to see the movie with us." Damien ran down the 30 flights of stairs to the playground. He stepped outside as Louis was hooking up the tetherball. Now, I've always heard of tetherball. If I never actually played it, I think the tetherball, you probably know better than me. There's like a flagpole. On the top of the flagpole, there's a long string or cord attached to a ball. That's the tetherball. I guess that string is called the tether. So the ball is tethered to the top of this pole. And then there's some sort of game where you knock the ball around in a circle. Don't know how it's played. Ask your parents. "Hey, Louis," Damien called. "Do you want to see a movie in Mrs. Jewell's class?" Louis rubbed his chin. "What movie?" he asked. Damien shrugged his shoulders. "I don't know," he said. "I'll be right back." Louis ran all the way back up the stairs to the 30th story. "Louis wants to know what movie," said Damien. "Does he want to know the name of the movie or what the movie is about?" asked Mrs. Jewell's. "I don't know," said Damien. "I'll ask him." Damien raced back down the stairs and out to the playground. "Louis, do you want to know the name of the movie or what the movie is about?" he asked. "The name," said Louis. "Okay," said Damien. Damien hurried back up the 30 flights of stairs. He took the steps 2 at a time. "He wants to know the name," said Damien. "Turtles," said Mrs. Jewell's. Damien turned around, took a deep breath, and ran back down the stairs. "Turtles!" Damien said Louis. "Turtles!" Shout out to my man Leonard out there who knows all about turtles. Also, Brian knows all about turtles. A lot of turtle love from viewers of Storytime with Uncle Scotty. Mugs. Did you know about turtles? Are you turtly enough? "Turtles!" Damien told Louis. "Hey, that might be good," said Louis. "What's it about?" "I'm not sure," said Damien, "but I'll find out." Damien raced back up the stairs. But first he stopped to take a drink of water. Because hydration is important. What's it about, Miss Jules? Asked Damien. Turtles, said Mrs. Jules. Damien rushed back down the stairs to tell Louis. Turtles, said Damien. No thanks, said Louis. I don't like turtles. They're too slow. Damien lowered his head and slowly walked up the 30 flights of stairs. His legs were sore. He could hardly breathe, and his side ached. By the time he got to Mrs. Jules' class, the movie was over. All right, class, said Mrs. Jules. I want everybody to take out a piece of paper and a pencil and write something about turtles. Damien had missed the movie, but he still could have written something about turtles. Turtles are too slow. But now he couldn't find his pencil. It just wasn't his day. What's the matter, Damien? Asked Mrs. Jules. I can't find my pencil, said Damien. Class, Damien's pencil is missing, Mrs. Jules announced. What did it look like, Damien? It was long and yellow, said Damien, had a black point at one end and a red eraser at the other. I found it, said Todd. Here, by the blackboard. Yes, that's it, said Damien. No, here it is, in the corner by the wastebasket, said Crabapple. That's one of the Erics. I think that's Eric Ovens. Maybe that's it, said Damien. Here it is, said John. It's been in my desk the whole time. I think John was the one with the round head. No, here it is in my hand, said Joe. I think Joe was the one who didn't know how to count, had the curly hair. I found it, said Rondi. Rondi's missing the two front teeth. Here it is, said Allison. Allison's the mean one. Not the mean one, the one who knocked out Rondi's teeth, who gave all their stuff away, the nice one. I have it, laughed DJ. DJ has the big smile. I found it, said Myron. Who's Myron? Who's Myron? Who's Myron? I can't remember. Which one is yours, Damien? So remember, Damien described his pencil, but he described every pencil in the classroom. Everybody thinks that they have Damien's pencil. Damien studied each pencil. They all looked like mine, he said. Fortunately, at that moment, Louis walked into the classroom. He handed Damien a pencil. You dropped this when you were telling me about the movie, said Louis. Thanks, said Damien. Okay, class, said Mrs. Jules. So that we have no more mix-ups, I want everybody to write his name on their pencil. Damien spent the rest of the day trying to write his name on his pencil. Damien's pencil couldn't write on itself. It was just like his beautiful eyes with the black dots in the middle. They could see everything except themselves. I like Damien. Chapter 25. Ginny. 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 Ginny came to school on the back of her father's motorcycle. She was late. Wayside school began at 9 o'clock. What a late time for a school to start. But I guess now, school can start any time, huh? So that's you. Don't forget, homeschool is all school. Homework is all work. All work is homework. School can start anytime you want or anytime the adults decide. Here, school starts at 9 o'clock. It was almost 9:30. She kissed her father goodbye and raced up the 30 flights of stairs, you get it, to Mrs. Jules' room. I'm sorry I'm late, Mrs. Jules, but my father's motorcycle lost, There was nobody there. The room was empty. Hello, 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 she cried. Mrs. Jules, Dana, Todd, anyone? There was no one in the room. Maybe I'm early, Ginny thought. She looked up at the clock. It was exactly 9:30. Oh, I hope they didn't go on a field trip without me. Remember field trips? She looked out the window. Nobody was there, not even Louis. Ginny didn't know what to do. She sat down at her desk. She watched the second hand go around the clock. I might as well catch up on my spelling, she thought. She opened her desk and took out her speller, which I guess is what they call vocabulary books. M-U-D spells mud. Where is everybody? B-L-O-O-D spells blood. I hope nothing happened to them. B-L-A-C-K spells black. Sometimes 6-L-A-C-K spells black. But ask your parents. Ginny heard footsteps coming down the hall. She began to work very fast. H-A-C-K spells hack. S-M-A-K... Whoa, nope, that's not right. S-M-A-K spells nothing. S-M-A-C-K spells smack. Someone opened the door. Ginny turned around. Ack! She gasped. He was a man Ginny had never seen before. He had a black mustache and a matching attaché case, like a briefcase. Ginny jumped out of her seat. Get back in your seat. Get back in your seat, the man said. Get back in your seat. Ginny slowly sat down. The man walked over and sat down in Dana's seat facing Ginny. He opened his attaché case and removed some papers. What is your name? He asked her. Ginny, she whispered. Ginny, Ginny whispered. Jenny, the man repeated as if he didn't believe her. Jenny. Well, it's actually Jennifer. Ginny for short, said Ginny. I see, said the man. He took the speller from Ginny's desk. Ginny's name was written across the top. He put the speller in his attaché case. What are you doing here, Jennifer? He asked. This is my classroom, said Ginny. Are you sure? The man asked. Yes, I think so. I mean, where is the rest of your class? The man asked. I don't know, said Ginny. Maybe they went on a field trip. No, said the man. They didn't go on a field trip. Well, I don't know where they are, Ginny cried. I was half an hour late today, and when I got here, everybody was gone. Really? Did something happen to them? The man didn't answer her. He wrote something on a piece of paper. Tell me something, Jennifer. When you came to school today and saw that nobody was here, weren't you somewhat puzzled? Yes, said Ginny. What happened to them? If you really are so concerned and so puzzled, said the man, why did you work on spelling? I don't know, said Ginny. It would seem to me, the man said, that if a child came to school and nobody was there, she might play games or walk around or go home, but certainly not work on spelling. Ginny started to cry. I didn't know what to do. I was late and had to ride on a motorcycle and nobody was here, and now you're asking me all kinds of questions and I'm afraid of what has happened to Dana and Miss Jules and Rondi and Allison. The man didn't understand a word she said. Ginny heard more footsteps. The man got up and opened the door. 2 more men came in. One had a black mustache like the first man. The other man was bald. Ginny was frightened by them. Does she know? Said the newcomer with the mustache. She claims she knows nothing, the first man answered. She says she was late today, and when she got here, everybody was gone. Do you believe her? Do you believe her? Asked the man with the bald head. I'm not sure. She was working on her speller, dun dun dun, when I walked in. He reached into his attaché case and took out Ginny's speller, dun dun dun, handed it to the man with the bald head. The bald man read Ginny's name across the top of it. Tell me, Ginny, he said, why are you the only one here? I don't know, said Ginny. Has this ever happened before? He asked. No, never. He gave Ginny her speller. Put this inside her desk. Put this inside your desk, he said to her. Ginny put it away. I'm satisfied, said the man with the bald head. Okay, Jennifer, said the first man. You may go now. Ginny got out of her seat. Ginny, the bald man called. Ginny turned around slowly. Yes, she answered. Next time, don't come to school on a Saturday. Ginny came to school on a Saturday. Shout out to her dad on the motorcycle. A+ parenting. But you know what? Like we said, all days are school days. All work is homework now. And what is the day of a week? There's a motorcycle just drove by. Must have been Ginny's dad. What is the day of a week now? Who knows? Not me. But you know what I do know is I have been and am and will continue to be Uncle Scotty, your host for Storytime with Uncle Scotty. Shout out to our sponsors, Time. What is Storytime without time? And thank you to everybody on Patreon for continuing to be out there. New bookmarks now. Check it out. Just in case. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.